this holiday makeup look, and I wanted to do something a little bit different that was wearable but still unique. So I did some teal, some rose gold, and even a little bit of burgundy, like maroon color. I am kind of jumping around between a lot of different products in this video just because I don't always go out and, you know, purchase something specifically for a tutorial. I try to use what I have, and sometimes it's like a random assortment of stuff. If you miss anything, I always have a link to my blog down below so you can check out the complete list of products that I always have on there, you know, in case you missed something. So I hope you guys enjoy this look, and keep watching if you'd like to see the tutorial. So first I prime my eye with my NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof eyeshadow base, and I applied that all over my lid, and then you can even use the little doe foot applicator to apply some to your, like, the inner corner and lower lash line, and then blend it out with your finger. So to get that really pretty rose gold color on the lid, I'm using my Laura Mercier metallic cream eye color in the color rose gold. I'm actually just going to get a little bit on my finger and just tapping it onto the lid. If you apply it with a brush, it's going to give more of a sheer look, but we really want that metallic finish to show through. So just gonna tap it onto the lid like that, and this color is so gorgeous. I'm not gonna bring it up through the crease though, just because it is kind of has a pink undertone, and we just want it to really be focused more on the lid. If you do have a powder eyeshadow that is a similar color, you can, you know, totally use that. So now I'm reaching for my Oh So Special palette by Sleek Makeup, and I'm going to be using this color right here called Organza on my E55 shader brush from Sigma. I'm applying that matching shadow right on top of the rose gold cream eyeshadow we just put down. It's just going to set that cream shadow and kind of intensify the shimmer a little bit. If you don't have this Sleek palette, another color that is really similar that you could use is this one. This is the CoverGirl Eye Enhancer Squad in Sugar Coated, and this color right here is very similar, and this one's really accessible. You can find it at the drugstore, so that's a good substitute if you want to use that. Back to the Oh So Special palette for a minute. I'm going to be using this color right here on my E70 brush. Anything that's a shade or two darker than your skin tone will work, and what I'm going to do with that, really similar to the last tutorial I did, just kind of draw a line from the crease right up to the eyebrow like that. And it looks very strange when you first do this, but when you start blending it in, it kind of makes sense. It really keeps the inner corner of your eye nice and open. Going to just go over it with my E40 to blend. Then I'm going to go back to that same E70 I just used for my highlight shade. I'm using this shade right here in the Oh So Special palette. This is called Beige. So any matte eyeshadow that's a couple shades lighter than your skin tone, like 1 or 2 shades lighter, will work perfectly for this. This is my E35 tapered blending brush from Sigma, one of my favorite crease brushes, and Sketch by MAC. I'm going to be placing that right, kind of like right where we put the tan color in the outer corner. Just start there and just kind of start swirling the brush in a circle to get that on there. Then what you can do from there is tap it down or spin it down to the lash line. I actually wear this eyeshadow a lot during the holidays. It's like the perfect burgundy maroon color. Then I'm just going to blend again with my E40. If you have smaller eyes, you could use like a smaller, fluffier brush for this. And this time I'm going to be applying that same Sketch color into just this tiny outer corner. And this time I'm going to be using an E47. This is a tiny shader crease brush, and that's going to make it just a little bit darker, but it's going to kind of blend it at the same time. I'm actually using a bunch of brushes in this video from the Sigma Performance Eyes Kit, including this one. So I'll have a link to where you can find that in a review for that brush set down below. So for a really nice bright highlight in that inner corner, I'm going to use this Revlon. This is the cream eyeshadow palette in Midnight Express, and this came out with the Shanghai collection by Gucci Westman, and I'm going to be using this really pretty light gold cream eyeshadow down here. With this E46 inner corner shader brush, I'm going to brush some of that color right into this inner highlight area. If you don't have this, you could use the MAC cream color base in Pearl. It's a very similar color. It's a great dupe for this. The only thing is it doesn't have the glitter. This one kind of has a glitter in it too. So this look would not be complete without a pretty pop of teal or turquoise, however you look at it, in the lower waterline. So for that, I'm using my NYX retractable eyeliner in turquoise blue. You just want to keep going back and forth on that wet line until the color is really nice and vibrant. And then what you can do is actually pull it down into the lash line a little bit. That way, after you've applied your color to the lower waterline or the lower lash line and your mascara, it'll still show up. and there won't be any spots where your actual flesh tone is kind of peeking through. So I'm going to use this E16 tight line liner brush, and I'm just going to run that over the lash line once or twice to smooth out that color we just put down. Then going back to our La Mercier Rose Gold Metallic Cream Eye Color, I'm going to use that on an E21. I'm just kind of painting it right onto an E21 smudge brush and applying that right underneath the teal. You want to really try to get it, bump it up really close to the lash line and apply it thicker in the outer corner and then pull it all the way in. Then for my eyeliner, I'm using this Bobbi Brown Longwear Gel Eyeliner in Chocolate Shimmer Ink. I'm applying this with an E05 eyeliner brush, and I don't actually use this eyeliner a whole lot, but I find that it's perfect for this look because it's a really nice warm brown, and it has kind of like almost a rosy reddish shimmer in it, so it's perfect for this. So I'm going to wing out this liner in the outer corner just by kind of pulling back in towards my lash line and then going over it and smoothing everything out. And to finish off this look, I'm going to use my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. This is a little sample size. And I'm actually going to add some self-adhesive false lashes. I'll show you which kind I used in a minute. I'm going to do that off camera just so this video doesn't become too long, but I actually have a video all about how to apply self-adhesive false lashes, so I'll link to that below. And then make sure you apply some mascara to your lower lash line. You don't want to forget that. It's really going to set off the pretty color in your waterline. Okay, so the lashes that I actually used are these Revlon Fantasy Lengths. Like I said, they're the self-adhesive ones, and these are, I'm trying to get them back together so I can show you. These are the Flirty set. I like the intensifying a lot, but these are nice too. They take a little bit more work to blend into your lash line just because they're all one length, and usually when they're like alternating lengths, they just kind of blend into your natural lashes a bit easier. But that being said, I do actually really like these a lot. They're very full. So that's what the Revlon self-adhesive false lashes look like. I love these. I don't hear a lot of people talk about these, but these are like one of my favorites products of 2012. So yeah, these are great. I resisted the urge to use my MAC Mineralized Blush in Gentle just because I've been using that every single day for the past like month and a half. So I went with my Wet n Wild blush in Pearlescent Pink. This is a really pretty peachy pink with subtle golden shimmer. Just using an F40 blush brush, but anytime you're applying any of these Wet n Wild blushes, be careful because they are so pigmented, which is great, but you definitely don't need a lot of product. And if you feel like doing a little highlighting, I think that would be really pretty. I'm gonna go with my Lorac Perfectly Lit Spotlight Highlighting Powder, which is this gorgeous candlelit, like peachy color. This is the highlighter that I would probably recommend to anybody to try out if you're looking for one that is just super easy to work with and never looks fake. It just looks like the most natural, pretty glow. This is an F05 small contouring brush. I like to use contouring brushes to highlight. It's kind of weird, but I like it. And since I am wearing kind of a pale lip color, I use this Rimmel Lasting Finish Lip Contouring Pencil in Spice 110. Yeah, 110. Just around the outer edges of my lips. I didn't fill it all the way in. I just lightly traced in the outer edges and then kind of blended it towards the center. And then on top of that, I'm wearing my YSL Rouge Volupte lipstick in number 1 Nude Beige. This is probably my all-time favorite lip color ever, and it's a really pretty light cool pink. And to warm it up a little bit, I also applied this Revlon Colorburst lip gloss in Bellini, number 42, right on top, just to add some more shine. And like I said, it's kind of a peachy color, so it warms up the lipstick a little bit. I hope you guys enjoyed this holiday tutorial. Thank you so much for checking it out, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.